Thank you so much again. Once again, it's sweet without sugar. You already know what time it is. It's called G Mystery Podcast. And yes, we are here another beautiful day. I'm telling you, I'm going to be bringing people you will never even expect and think about. You know how we always do it here, like what we did last week and the previous week and everything. I told you, we're going to eat into the subject, and at the end of the conversation, we're going to be introducing the wonderful guest we have today. But we have the person that you will love. This man has inspired me a lot. He's a friend, he's a brother, and I don't want to give you the whole of it, but I want his words to sink into your heart. Then we will now find out who is this person. Then you will now understand why this person was speaking these amazing, life-changing words. All right, he's talk the talk. Truth be told, do you know? Sweet without sugar. Perfecto. Thank you so much. I'm here with this genius and amazing brother, all the way from West Africa, just my neighbor, from the amazing land of Cameroon. And
That's right.
This life has been, I'll tell you, an experience that you need to learn from. So we're going to be speaking some deep truths today, but the first thing I don't expect me to tell you, this is this person, it's going to tell you right away. But we're going to dive into some quick topic.
Right.
Then, at the end of it, like what I told you, mine will be different. At the end of it, we're going to be doing what we call an introduction, so you can measure all what is going to go on. Thank you once again for being in this platform.
You're welcome. It's such a privilege, my brother. Such a privilege.
Thank you so
When
much.
I got your call yesterday, I was like, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And I tend to like things that are not very planned, things that are just spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Especially things like this, because then I can just, speak out of the abundance of my heart.
I love that.
Share what
I
I
love
have
that.
to share with people. Because I genuinely believe in and I care about people. And you know me, you've seen me in action.
Of course.
And I just always really wish the best for everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you have shown that in different ways. And that has really catapulted you for where you started from to where you are today.
That's right.
So this will lead me to my first question for you now. You want to tell the people your story and how you journeyed to this place that you are today. An amazing, beautiful, elegant, I would say a mentor people should look at. Even behind you, some people talk about it. So I want you to be able to tell them the story, to inspire others what it is to get from where you are to where you were to where you are now.
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna, first of all, thank you for this opportunity again. I'm gonna give people the brief story because it's such a long one. But just a very general story of how every person that just decided to leave their country, or most people from Africa at least, that decide to leave their country on a basic visa, to come here, in search of greener pastures. And I did exactly the same thing, right? I took a 3-month visa, left Cameroon, long story back in Cameroon as well. But I left Cameroon on a 3-month visa, and all I had in mind was I was going to come here and I was going to make it. Before coming here, I thought I was going to come, of course, to my own, nice little space. Of course, I wasn't dreaming too much at that point. I just wanted to make sure that I'll be able to, take care of myself and my family, my mom and my sisters. But when I arrived here, that wasn't the case. I can tell you that my first day in this country, 1 a.m. when I arrived, by the time I checked out,
It was around maybe 1:45. I was on my way to jail. That's
What?
right. Yeah, I was on my way to jail. So it was a very.
I've never heard of this before,
Yeah. I don't share it
This
quite
is
often.
interesting. Wow.
I think it's recently, I've been talking to a few friends and they're like, you know what, it's quite inspiring, you should share it.
Yeah.
So I've decided I'll share with people because I want people to understand that even within a space of trauma and stuff, you can still choose to be different. And you can still choose to make a difference, right?
Wow.
So, and the reason why I was going to jail, or why I was on my way to jail, it's not because I committed any crime.
It happened.
And it's really not because of the country or anything. You know how I talk about this country and how I love the UAE. This is literally my home.
I guess our viewers out there will really want to know that part because they need to know.
Yeah, but basically, I was heading to a place called Abu Hail. Back then, I didn't know.
Okay.
but I was going to a place called Upper Hill. You know, it's quite affordable, you know, compared to the other
compared
places,
to the other
right?
places, yeah.
And so apparently some, I don't know which nationalities, but I know that they had done something that wasn't quite nice. And we had the police out during that time.
Okay.
So basically, and you cannot blame people for reacting the way they react sometimes, because sometimes, unfortunately, when people do things that are wrong, others have to suffer.
That's
this
true.
is the consequences of doing things that are wrong.
You're right.
Right? And so I was unfortunate to be at that location at that time. But long story short, we arrived at the station. The Arbab, the boss came. He asked me, "Where's your Emirates ID?" I told him, "I'm sorry, I just landed." He was so pissed off. He's like, "You're telling me you just came to this country?" I'm like, "Yeah." This guy got so annoyed. I couldn't understand what he was saying in Arabic, but I can tell you he was so upset, and he was really shocked.
Upset with the other team, with the police team. They didn't even check or do some investigation.
So it was quite an intense moment, right? And also because when I think also it was my mistake as well, because when they asked me, where's your Emirates ID? I could have explained more, and that's why communication is very important. But I just told him, I have no idea what you're talking about. So that was
because you don't know. It's not your fault. You don't understand. You don't know.
So, when you tell someone something like that, it's going to be like, you think I'm a joke or something. You know what I mean, right? But long story short, he came back to me and he asked me to look into a camera in his office. I looked at it. My details came out. And he started apologizing to me.
Wow.
Such a humble spirit that you don't find, every day,
I think this kind of lets you know the quality of personnel that trained here on the UAE police force.
That's right.
That we can trust them, we can rely on them, and that's why you can say this is one of the safest places on earth.
Right.
Because of their system is working and the police are sincere. And this is just, even though God in His infinite mercy just want to save you, but there's a system that kind of make it work also, that they have to investigate and check. If not, an innocent person like the beautiful Zidane you are seeing today now will not be saying this story, but this is how it was started.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's I always tell people you need to be grateful for experiences, right? Because you can really not connect, the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. Right? When I look at it backward now, it wasn't just a bad experience, right? There was something to learn out of that experience.
Wow.
It actually made me really close, I'm not scared of the police officers, right? Especially if you're not doing anything wrong.
Wrong,
Their job is to make sure they maintain order and peace in the country. And that's why we all are actually, experiencing this love, right? And safety. My sister's in Dubai, and I'm here in Abu Dhabi, and I don't have to worry. If my sister's going for a walk at 3 a.m., I don't worry.
You relax.
I'm relaxed.
Because the system is working.
That's right.
And this is the kind of things we want to dive in on this kind of topic. And this is beautiful. It's sweet without sugar. You can hear how emotional that story is. I kind of get sucked into it because some people need to learn from this. That you need to first thing you need to learn from this story is the communication is said, right? You need to know what you are expecting, what you should be expecting, what can happen, what you should say, how you should say it before you get deeper into a situation. Please go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, but so when you look at it honestly, it's not always every bad thing that happens to you. It's not always bad. My mom always says, not every bad thing is bad. Some things happen so that you learn from them, it motivates you down the line. And because of the story that I got, or the experience that I got, I'm able to share the story today.
That's
right?
it.
When I share the story today, I'm not sad or emotional. I'm actually happy that I can share this with people, because most people would have given up right from that moment.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing.
But just to, blow your mind, I thought I was going to go and get into my own space because I wasn't sure about the bed space and stuff like that. But after that experience, after the boss had told us to, you can now leave. When we left, I found myself in a bed space with about 8 people. Right? And when you think about leaving your country where, you were used to your own space and all.
A lot of comfort, you can manage your own space.
Exactly. To come into a foreign country, And before coming to the UAE, like for just like a week continuously, my mom used to just cry. She didn't know what to expect. She was so scared, she didn't know what to expect, right? But I was really, really determined that this is going to be the place that's going to change a lot of things for me. And so you leave from the police station, hoping to just go relax and just rest, and just digest everything that just happened. But unfortunately, you go and what you got was the best space, and they showed me my space up, and I was like, okay, that's great. So went up, kept my bags down, and I rested, and I was like, okay.
Humbly went up. You understand? You got this system here in the UAE. And before you continue, I want to say something there. What can you tell the people? Just you will continue. But do you think everybody should be able to equipped with such kind of information to be able to prepare them? And the question goes like this: were you having a second choice when you were coming here? And do you think it's encouraged to tell people if you are coming here, mostly our people from Africa, if you are coming to this place, do you think you should have an option? Yeah, I think that's the right word. An option, because I think it's kind of give the people a lesser strength, to fight, not to be perseverant. Do you think it's good for that?
Well, when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, right? If you having an option, having options is always good, right? Especially when it comes to this aspect of like, let's say if you're having a job before you come in, could be good. But of course, we've also heard of stories where people get a job, but they get jobs that that wasn't quite what they thought, right? You've heard of people, being in roles that they thought was something else, but then it turned out to be something else. So, however, I can only tell you that from my experience and the experience of so many people that have actually just, got a visa, came here and decided to hustle, the hustling journey does something to you. It changes something. It builds you, right?
It builds you. It humbles you.
After going through all of these things, I can tell you that just trying to stay grounded every single day is a priority for me, right? Because I've been there, I've seen the other side of things, and I just wish that people can understand the basic of just being a good human, because this takes you fine life, right? And so I think that's very important. And of course, answering your first question, the thing is, you need to make sure that you're always prepared.
That's true.
If you can always be prepared, it's better.
That's true.
There might be instances that you're not able to prepare, but the saying, I just made a video the other day, and it came to my mind because there's a basic formula that if you live by, your chances of getting successful at anything or whatever thing you're trying to do will be very high. And this formula is basic. Just keep this in mind. So whenever opportunity meets preparation,
they say success
is going to be success. Right? Why? Because opportunity came to some situation, to a place, to a person that was prepared, and that's a beautiful formula.
And they took advantage of it.
That's right. Right? Because you can actually get a beautiful opportunity but you're not prepared.
That's true.
Right?
That's
and
true.
if you get that opportunity at that time, you might crash.
Messed it up.
You might crash, you might mess it up, right? There's also the other side of things where we cannot also forget the other side where there are times where, depending on the opportunity, you have to take it and you have to learn. With you have to learn during that time. That's right. But in general, just trying to be prepared always will save you from a lot of
that's
hiccups.
beautiful.
That's beautiful. Like I told you, talk the talk. Truth be told, it's called G Podcast. You see, it's so hot. If you want the full video, please click on this link and don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification for you to get more videos upon this channel. I told you it's going to be talk the talk, truth be told, raw coming out. Something that is real, with full experience, with full impartation, something that can reach into the heart. Please know that this is for everyone. It's a real life story, real people who have integrity, who have decided to live a full, right life. All right. So let's come back again, Mr. Zidane. Um, so tell me, I want to believe that you were not always like this. So tell me, when did you decide to transition to the better person that you are? I believe there's a time you said, you know what, I need to put in the work and start changing my life.
Right. So that transition came after, just realizing that, what, doing the same thing over and over again is going to give you a certain result. So if you're doing something that is not profitable to you or doesn't, develop you in any way, then your results will just reflect that. So realizing that to me was a turning point. But then, long story short, after being in Dubai, I had been for maybe 2 visa changes already.
Wow.
I worked for a company that used to pay me 1,000 dirhams monthly.
The people will not even know this, This are true story. I love this. Because if you tell some of the people now to receive 1,000, they'll be like, how can you pay me 1,000? Even though it's better than some pays back home in your country, So this humblement is go ahead. I love this.
So I used to earn 1,000 dirhams, and during that time, all I wanted was just a job, right? So I got a job. I'm not gonna, mention the company's name just for the sake of.
I respect that,
right? Just to respect them as well. But I can tell you, all of their outlets are closed today, right? And I used to earn 1,000 dirhams, paid to you cash. Accommodation was at Ashman, so every day we drive Ashman to Dubai for work. And I remember my shift most of the time used to be from 3 to 3. Usually. So 3, you leave in the afternoon, by 3 a.m. you're back.
I think I did that I did that for more than a year.
Right. So how it feels.
Just the bus taking you from your accommodation to the work, they close, they take you back, and everything packed, put in one small amount. But it's a blessing.
It is.
It's a blessing.
It is. I mean, connecting the dots again, you tend to understand why, right? And those experiences were not wasted. Don't get me wrong. Like every single experience throughout this journey actually led to me becoming this version of me.
I love that.
But then, when I got after going through a lot, because there were times when I'm telling you there was nothing to eat. This is no joke. There was a time even when we paid for the bed space, you give your own share and stuff. And the person controlling the bed space didn't use the money. He took the money, he left. Probably he had his own personal problems. And you know how it is. The landlord comes, they don't chase you out of the house. It's peak summer, they just put off
the AC, put off the water.
Right. So you're just sitting there and you don't even know what to do.
There's no internet, no water, no light.
No light. So we were struggling, and I didn't have friends, It's difficult to even socialize when you're in that state of mind and stuff, and your environment too matters, right? Which we'll talk about it down the line. But long story short, got a call from Miral, and that was me on my way moving to Abu Dhabi. Wow. And of course, as a frontline, right? The very first level where things begin. But to me, that was the best of things I had seen so far. So I made a decision. I made a declaration that I wasn't going to waste this opportunity.
Wow.
Right? And even when I joined, and in every workplace you could find those people that don't actually appreciate what they have. But even in the midst of those people, I was unbreakable because I joined with a mindset that was solid.
I love that.
Because I had a drive. My drive, my push, my passion was, I've got my mom and my sisters back home that I want to look at, right? And that's why, right down to the basic things of like how I wore my uniforms and stuff. People know you, right?
You're that special one to have that sparking shoes. I think nobody's going to forget that. But I'm going to come to one question about that. I just want you to finish. I remember the kind of question I want to ask concerning that. But just go ahead.
My friend Fred used to say, during the briefings, he would say, he's just, he's a funny guy. He's just gonna say, guys, if you want to see your future, look at this.
It's brighter than your future.
Yeah, he used to say it's brighter than your
future.
He's
an amazing guy. Fred is an amazing guy.
I love it, man. I love it. But so got here and I realized, this is an opportunity you cannot mess up, right? I started living in an amazing space.
The organization really makes sure you're comfortable, right?
Comfortable.
And I wasn't used to this, right? I wasn't used to this yet. So when I saw it, I'm like, there's no way I'm messing this up, right?
I'm telling you.
So I gave it my all.
Oh.
Every little detail. I started watching motivational videos like
YouTube was like I go to work during my break. I'm watching a motivational video because I wanted to improve my communication skills. Because of course I wasn't this guy that would talk like this, right?
Please pay attention, guys, because this is miraculous.
Yeah.
That means intentionally investing in yourself, educational wise, whether you want to do a therapy or you want to do thinking, is very important, and you must be intentional about it.
You have to be.
That is what it's saying now.
Intentionality in everything you do will take you a long way, right? Just make sure you're intentional in the right things.
That's true.
Right? But I started watching a lot of motivational videos, especially the ones where people were talking and talking. And it used to fascinate me how these people talk non-stop. Like they just know what to say after the next thing and stuff, right? And it used to really
They don't mumble around.
No, they don't mumble around.
The brain just keep counting. And this takes training. It takes intentional
a lot of training.
Yeah.
No one is born a communicator. Like you have to. It can be easier for you depending on where you're born, your environment, your space, the people you hang around with, But then I had to get closer to people. I had to start talking to people. I had to learn a lot of things. I got curious. I got into the gym. The gym changed my mindset as well. The gym made me really solid, right? Because
I love that.
Believe it or not, before moving to Abu Dhabi and stuff, I can tell you that there were times where I was probably depressed without knowing. I can tell you this is for sure. And we have a lot of people that walk around that might be even depressed.
Of course.
About any situation, not even because of anything. But
that reminds me, we have a page also they call Why Am I Depressed?
That's
it's
right.
there on Instagram. I will try to motivate people and tell them the truth. Yes, you are depressed. Don't pretend.
Right.
The moment you realize it, that is the first step to start telling yourself, you know what? I need a change. I need help.
Yeah.
I need solution.
Yeah.
If you need to go for therapy, that is when you begin to treat yourself the right way.
That's right.
Man, you are amazing.
Right.
Please go ahead.
That's right. But so I got here, things actually started changing, and I appreciated every bit of everything.
Wow.
Right? And because I did my job diligently, I served with purpose.
I love that.
Right? I was serving with
purpose.
Yes.
All this points. I will be echoing for you so that you know how important it is. Serving with
It
purpose.
is important.
Because some people don't know the difference of this. They just feel like, okay, let me just be around the crowd. One day, the opportunity will just come. They're not intentional about anything.
No.
And it's like wandering inside the desert with no direction, no leader to guide you, no mentor you can look up to. Right. Tell me, before you go further, what about your dad?
Yeah.
You've not mentioned your dad in all your story.
Yeah. I got my dad. My dad is back home.
Okay.
There's a lot that I cannot disclose about him.
Oh, I love that.
He's pretty.
I respect that also.
Yeah, he's pretty well known back home.
Okay.
Our relationship now it's okay. But of course, sometimes you've got
different situations in families that could actually lead to not the perfect scenario of things between us. But we talk and all, and everything's perfect.
I respect that. Because me, I know the relationship I really want to have with my dad, but I have it with my grandfather.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I lost my dad when I was around 2. But I kind of learn a lot from my grandfather.
Yes.
Now that brings me to that question I want to ask you now.
Yeah.
I noticed that one time Zidane was a model.
Right.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I've tried a lot of things, including
What
modeling.
really inspired you to be a model, first of all?
Honestly, a few people that I just, when I got into on social media, I started following the right people. And then I saw modeling, and of course people would tell me, oh, you look good, this could be good for you and stuff like that. So in my mind, I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. Let me give it a try. I used to follow, a lot of people. I started following, some models in Dubai. I used to follow even one of my very good friends right now. His name is Eric, right? He's #1 model in the entire UAE right now.
As we talk to you, right? Well known on every billboard in Dubai, and this guy is doing an amazing job, right? This guy motivates people and stuff like that. I started, before we became friends, I started following Eric. I started watching his journey of how he was growing, developing and stuff like that. and he's gonna shoot in some advice there and there, what platforms and where to apply and stuff like that. So I joined a platform called Mixfame.
Mixfame. I was part of Mixfame then.
Right.
Into movie shooting, modeling, and everything. Yeah, so it's a very beautiful platform.
Yeah, and I haven't tried a lot of the other platforms honestly, but Mixfame was really good to me. Mixfame got me quite
some gigs,
quite a few gigs, that I wasn't expecting, because I think even when I got on the platform, I think maybe like 2 weeks later I got my first gig.
Wow.
Right. My first gig, if I can remember, was for, I think it's a UK artist. He's called Nines. He has a song called Crap in the Bucket.
Oh, I think I've heard about that guy. Crap in the Bucket.
Crap in the Bucket.
Yes.
If you go the cover photo there, we did the cover photo.
Oh.
Yeah, many stuff like that,
Lovely.
But then I just started enjoying it, but I always had that fear in me of like, I'm like, I always thought I had a limited belief and limited mentality back then, where I
will be coming to that because that is going to my next phase of question. Just finish. I like
where I didn't actually think that it was possible to develop a career, in the field of modeling. So I always thought I had to get a job to be secure, right? And so that's why I didn't pursue my career in modeling. But it's something that I really enjoy. And it's something that, whenever I get a chance,
if I have to do something, why not?
Lovely. So guys, sweet without sugar. You already know what time it is. It's called G-O-Clock. See, it's Talk the Talk, Should Be Told. It's called G-Mystery Podcast. You see how this thing is going. I want to ask you a question now. This is the thing. When I was growing up, I got battered. My esteem got battered because I was kind of with the guys who feel like I don't fit in. And it really affected me and drove me back.
Right.
So it got me to around 25, 26, 7 when I started reading books, going to some
seminars and all that, to start waking up. That is just a belief they created for me, And now I want you to see this thing. Most of our African brothers and sisters coming from Africa and some other part of the world also, they still have this limiting belief, and they've all framed their mind of, this is a certain way we are treated here in the United Arab Emirates. But this is a beautiful country that kind of welcome everybody, anybody, and give you opportunity. But I still see some of our brothers and sisters still keeping their mindset so narrow, thinking of, this is only the thing we can do. But you have been able to break this cycle with all your story you have said, with all you did intentionally when it comes to developing yourself. Yeah. What will you want to tell these our African brothers who think, they will not give us this job, we cannot get more than this. They have a mindset, for example, somebody will just come and just be security for the next 10 years. I want you to say something to these people to tell them, guys, it's beyond that. It's in your decision.
Right.
I believe you experience people who are still living in this kind of frame of life. Yeah. What would you say about it?
Listen, this is the one true thing that can literally change your life. It can literally turn your life 360.
Wow.
You need to really work on your mindset so much.
Wow.
Because this has the ability to shape your beliefs, right? Whatever you believe is what you're going to do. Whatever you do, you'll get the result of what you do. Right? So let me take you back to the time I was in the best place. When I was in the best place, the highest earning person there used to earn 4,500 dirhams.
Wow.
So meaning for the longest period of time, my biggest dream was to earn 4,500.
Wow.
Right? Because I thought this was
that was your eyes in that environment.
Right.
You spoke about the environment and like that message you said. It's a wow one. Please check him out. Don't worry. If this is something you're gonna check him out, I'll tell you his platform. I'm gonna put it on this video and everything for you to contact him and follow him on Instagram and every other platform. All right. So go ahead.
So but basically that was my goal. My goal was to just earn 4,500 because I thought I would be really okay if I earned 4,500. Looking at it now, connecting the dot backwards, you realize that because of your environment, right? Sometimes because of your environment, your beliefs will be limited. Because you feel like you are in a space where you cannot think outside of this box.
That's it.
That's why there's even a term saying think outside of the box.
Outside of the box.
But sometimes you cannot think outside of the box if you're in a certain environment
That's
where
true.
everyone believes the same thing. You need to be really, really stubborn to actually think differently.
That's great.
I remember there were times where I was applying for jobs that would earn me 4,500 because that's what I aspired, and I thought that was the best. And I remember a few people, I won't disclose their names, in the best space, but they used to tell me, "You think we don't want this job?" It's like, "You just get a cleaner job, get your documents. When you get your documents and blah blah blah, then stuff like that, right?" But you need to understand that I don't care where you're from. I don't care what nationality you're from. And I'm not just saying this today because things got better for me. I'm telling you this because I walked apart and I've seen a lot of people that walked apart from Africa, from Asia, from the UK, from the United States, from literally every single place.
Everywhere in the world, the principle works.
It works. There is you need to understand that you must develop yourself.
That is it.
And sometimes waiting for someone to develop you, unfortunately, you might never find it.
You might never find
right?
it.
So we live in a country where our malls have free Wi-Fi, where you can actually walk to the mall and actually go there, connect to your Wi-Fi.
If I go on YouTube and learn something every single day. But then we got people back in Asia, back in Africa, and other countries that don't even have access to Wi-Fi, and they worry how they're gonna even start purchasing data, right? Some people don't even have a smartphone to begin with, right?
the truth.
So when you compare
Compare yourself to these people, you understand that you're already at an advantage.
And
using that advantage the right way would only take you to the next level.
that is true.
Developing yourself as well requires time. So during your time on your space of development, if you're not patient enough, you're gonna give up so quick.
That is true.
And that's what happens. A lot of people start doing it. Just give an example, going to the gym. A lot of people start the gym and then they give up so soon. Right? Compound interest is always going to be something that works. It's a formula that works. Everything that we compound will definitely one day reveal itself, right?
Yeah.
Like a round ball, right?
That's a powerful one.
Because
Even me, I'm learning a lot from you. Like trying to put the dot as you are saying everything you are saying. I'm now even trying to say, although you have said it, but what motivates you? Like I know you say something about your mom and your sister.
Right.
Like what motivates you to keep that passion?
Right.
To glue up. I guess people want to be able to pick a dot from those kind of little words to know how they can go about it.
I'm obsessed with just being better. I'm obsessed
I love that.
with
just when I see people doing something I like, I wonder why I cannot do the same.
I love that.
So because I'm curious, I'm very inquisitive in the right way, it makes me wonder, why can't you do that? Why can't I do that? When I ask myself these questions, it gives me the courage and the energy to go to someone and be like, hey, how are you doing this? The moment I really worked on my communication skills, that changed a lot for me in my life. Why? Because I met people that were doing way better than me. And when I started talking, they were like, there's something about you, young man, sit down. Tell me about you. What can you do? Stuff like that. And then you start talking.
So you choose your inspiration, people that inspire you.
Yes.
I like this. And this is like people choosing the right and the wrong mentor, which is really heavy. They're choosing the right and the wrong mentor, which is very heavy.
Sweet without sugar. You already know what time it is. It's called G o'clock. Talk the talk. Truth be told. It's called J Mystery Podcast. And here we are in this amazing platform with an amazing being, Zidane. So Zidane, a quick one. Just talk quickly about this. You talked about environment change,
Right.
that kind of transform your development. And you talked about a few other stuff. Talk about them quickly, then I'll try to find out for them to know about who Zidane is before we round up for the servicing section. Honestly, I was enjoying the section. I wanted to finish
I
it.
know.
It's so amazing. Like I'm getting to know you better, and it becomes more like this person is not just luck, but it's intentional. And his preparation kind of meets the opportunity, and that is where he starts blowing up and everything. So go ahead.
I mean, God sees our efforts, right?
Amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
right. Let's believe in God. We
That's
believe in God, and we
true.
show God that you know what we want to be better.
Right.
That's true.
Right, because
God has all of this.
God has all of these kids to take care of you. Why should God focus on you? Just give God a reason. Same at work, right? Your hiring manager has all these people to take care of. Why should this hiring manager look at you? What can you do?
What can you do
to
different?
make sure
to
to stand out, right? you've got to stand out from the crowd always.
That's true.
This will always set you apart for success whenever you stand out, right?
Lovely.
My few advice I'll tell you, it's like sometimes investing more, in a location could actually be worth more down the line.
Wow.
Right? Sometimes when you pay cheaper for something, it doesn't actually mean you're saving. If you get a cheap car, for example, maybe down the line you might face yourself with a lot of
I'm
problems.
telling you, you might spend more than what you used to buy. Better one.
Exactly.
And fixing it.
So this goes in so many aspects of life that I want, my fellow brothers and sisters out there to know that there is room for growth for everyone, right?
Amazing.
To know that nothing is impossible, especially in a country like the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you.
Now, most people know the US to be the country where dreams are made. I'll tell you, the UAE is a country where dreams are made.
I'm telling you.
And
I can
anyone-
bet up with that.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I
Anyone
concur.
can make that. Take care of yourself. If you have to go to the gym to look great, there's something about just feeling great, about looking great. When you walk into the room, people just respect you.
That's true.
Right? Learn how to communicate. When you start communicating well, people want to listen to you.
That's true.
People just want to be around you, right? You're going to have the confidence to actually ask people, what did you do? Learn how to ask for help.
That's true.
And by asking for help, I don't mean you just go and ask for the 50 dirhams. I mean, when you see that guy driving a car and he's your fellow brother or stuff like that, instead of just asking for the 50 dirhams, you want to be like, brother, I really love what you're doing. What can I do to get to where you are? What can I do to better myself? And let this person advice sometimes would always be worth more than, just a quick note.
Amazing.
Okay? Because a quick note is going to give you a quick burger, but advice will actually serve you that burger for life.
For life. A quick note is going to give you a quick burger, but an advice, an insight will kind of save you, your family, and everybody.
That's right.
A burger. I don't want it to end here. We're also going to invite Mr. Zidane again into Talk the Talks, Truth Be Told, Sweet Without Sugar, Score G O'Clock, Score G Podcast. Please, before we round up this amazing section, just tell the people a little bit about you and what the name they can find you with on Instagram. Though I'm still going to post it down here, you'll see it down here, and you can be able to see him. Please, just tell them about yourself.
Amazing, man. It's been such it's just a lovely opportunity. I love when I get invited to share these things, because I believe that somehow one person is going to get the benefit out of it, and that means a lot to me. Right? So my name is Zidane Kudi, all the way from Cameroon. Right? I've been here for a couple of years already, basically I work as a guest experience manager.
Love that.
I have taken service to be part of who I am, so I live and breathe service. And
Love
basically, I give back to people in a form of service.
Love that.
I also take care of, VIP clients, here on, Yas, and it's a rewarding opportunity that requires you to be better every day.
Love that.
It requires you to be a different version of yourself that is better to deal with people that are already way better than you, right?
Amazing.
So I look at my job as an act of service.
Wow.
As a way of giving back to the world and to the people around me.
Lovely.
And because I look at it that way, it's not a burden to me, but I really, really love what I do. It's a passion to it. And, recently I've also started, because of the requests I've been getting on Instagrams and different platforms, I started offering like coaching, sessions and stuff like this, because people really, I get the messages coming in.
Amazing.
And so I started offering like coaching sessions and stuff like that.
Okay.
Can
you just tell them your handles so that they can be able to straight ahead hit you up? Even though I'm still going to put it on this video, just watch the caption and just click on it. You can get to a site, or just type it in any of the platforms we're mentioning, and you're going to get in there. Yeah,
that's right. I think on almost every platform it's the same thing. Instagram. I recently just opened a TikTok account. It's doing so well as well.
Amazing.
And the name is, Zipreneur too.
Okay.
So
the spelling, just follow the spelling here.
Right.
The spelling on this caption. Okay.
Exactly. So Zipreneur too. You should be able to find me. My profiles are all open. And I try my very best to make sure that I get back to any message that I see.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zidane.
Thank you so much, guys.
I'm privileged to be interviewing my manager.
is my manager, if you don't know. Okay, I'm so privileged to have him here because the first person that came to my mind to bring in this program, I thought of him, and I know that he has been impacting the world from a different angle. And this is what we want for people who's going to be touching life. Whether it's one life we kind of touch with everything we do is our testament, something that will go for a long time, because that person is also a lineage to people that's going to be affected. It's Talk the Talk, Truth Be Told. It's called G O'Clock, it's called G Mystery Podcast. Thank you so much for this amazing time for you to be with us on this section on Talk the Talk, Truth Be Told. It's called G Podcast. Until we see you again, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to have every time we post the video for you to receive it. Do you know that your life, your family life, your brothers and sisters can be transformed by just watching a simple word from this? My brother, we are not doing it for just anything. We are doing it to impact lives. Because what they will remember you for in life matters for what you are doing right now. If one or two lives, like what is Mr. Zidane said, is touched, that is enough. Thank you so much, Mr. Zidane. You are an amazing person. And thank
Next time, we'll see you.
See you.